What up, my man, N.A.?
What up? What up? What up? What's going on, Malcolm?
All right. Yeah, my man, N.A., co-host, my other co-host, Philly Street Poet. We at Philly Street Poet. We in the building.
What up?
Okay.
What up?
Philly Street Poet, like sitting back like he in the captain's chair. You know what I mean? He leaning back today, though. He leaning back. Every day he got on a different hat. I don't know what's going on with that, but that's all good. Plus, we got Invisible Lady Shine. She got all the good news, man. She got, the beautiful, luscious Miss Lady Shine with them lips. We're going to talk about those lips. We're going to talk about everything with her in a minute. But right now, give it up for my man, Smokey Suarez. Where's the clap set?
What up, y'all? What's good, Philadelphia? What's poppin'?
What up, homie? What's going on, man?
What up?
You know, I'm on these streets grinding.
Yeah.
That's all.
Always working. New York comedians always working, man. It's hard. It's an honor to have you. First of all, it's an honor to have you on here. You know what I'm saying? It's an honor to have you here because we done had everybody in New York so far, all the big dogs. And of course, I can't do the show without having you. You know what I'm saying? Because not only are you funny, but you looked out for me, you know what I'm saying, from day one, brought me to some of your rooms in New York City, you know what I'm saying? You know, you always, whenever I need you here in Philly, you never, you know what I mean, let me down. You always come through and destroy the stages, man. So how you been? How you been, homie?
I've been chilling, man, trying to work, trying to stay busy right now during this corona. You know what I'm saying? Doing more writing and doing more movies right now. Actually, I'm still doing stand-up, but I'm working on more shows. I'm filming a sketch comedy show now. My sketch comedy show, Mixed Nuts.
Right.
We started production back on that. I'm currently doing a movie right now called Colorblind.
Okay.
I'm on like my 15th day shooting that movie.
Okay.
And working on my own movie that, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to bust out with soon. So,
wow.
I'm trying to stay busy on all levels of the game and still trying to do comedy at the same time.
Okay.
Do 5 shows that nigga catch every 5 months. You know what I'm saying?
Now how did you get into that movie, Paper Show? How did you get into that movie? You know what I mean? Because like when I first seen you up there, I'm like, damn, this nigga on a big situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, so how did that all come about?
Yeah, the funniest thing about that story, I walked into that role.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they was filming Paid in Full in Harlem. The Rich Porter story. They was filming Paid in Full at the time, and they was shooting a scene in this block on 138th and Lenox.
Right.
And me and my boy, this comedian named Norm Ill, was walking by, and they was filming. I was like, yo, let's go watch the film. He's like, nah, man, I'm out of here. He left me and shit. I went up to the block. I watched them film and shit, and that same week, I did my first season of BET Comic View.
Right.
My New Orleans joint had came on that night before. Mm-hmm. So when I was walking through the audience, when I was walking through the movie set, you know, everybody was there. Everybody was like, yo, that's that kid that was on BET. That's that kid that was on BET. And Dame Man, one of Dame Man was like, yo, man, that dude was on BET, man, funny last night. Dame was like, that's my man. Like, he know me from back in the days. He was like, yo, you was on BET last night? I was like, yeah, man. He said, everybody say he was funny. He's like, yo, you don't got no tape? Yeah, I went to my house, went and got a tape. I came back in like 25 minutes with a tape, gave it to him, man. Right. 2 weeks later, I got the phone call. I was in the office on 50th Street with Jay-Z.
Okay.
Motherfucking Kevin Hart at the table, Capone, Charlie Murphy. Everybody's at the table, and they all was telling us, you know, how to, you know, what our parts was going to be and how much they wanted us involved and helping with the writing and all that shit. So, I mean, it was a cool, you know, it was a bumping thing. It was a lucky situation.
Yeah, dang, you lucked up and bumped into that. That's
That's deep. And my man who didn't come with me, he wasn't in like. If he had came with me, he probably would have been in the shit too.
Wow, he should have came.
Nah, man, I'm out of here.
Somebody always mess up and don't be around. It ain't in the group. Somebody
let an opportunity walk right by him.
Yep. The opportunity, he let opportunity walk right by. And look, you know, real quick, you know, how did you get started? And you know, because I only knew you as a comedian off of Def Jam and all that. How did you get started from the rip to do stand-up comedy like the way you're doing it? I mean, what made you think, you know what I mean, to start to do that? And how'd you do that?
I mean, from the beginning, I mean, I used to hustle all the time. I was a drug dealer. You know what I'm saying? I was a funny drug dealer.
Right.
But you know, I always was since I was a kid, I was addicted to comedy. Like that shit was my thing since I was a kid. Like I never was into rap or music and nothing like that. I always was into comedy and movies and sketch and Saturday Night Live and all them, you know, all them shows back in the days. Um, so it was like instilled in my mind. You know what I'm saying? And when I got older, um, I said to myself, yo, boom, if I ever get in any trouble, if I ever go to jail, I'm quitting selling drugs. I'm gonna stay going. I'm gonna stick with comedy. I'm gonna go straight to comedy.
Right.
And fortunately, I got locked up. I went to jail.
Okay. It's only right. It's only right.
Yeah, I did a jail. Went on Rikers Island. After that, I never sold drugs again in my life.
You was on Rikers Island?
Yeah. As soon as I came home, I first of all, when I got in jail, I wasn't in like regular jail. I was going to classes and shit when I was in jail. Like I was going to school all day to like 4:30 in the afternoon. Like that's what time I come back from 7 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? I was taking journalism classes, creative writing class. Like they had this program that they had like 56 people that they put into this program, and I made the program, and I got to be, you know, to use the typewriters and computers and shit like that back in the days. So when I came home, I did a contest, and they had this contest going on in downtown somewhere. Like I had did one show, and then I stopped because Tracy Morgan was my man. Me and Tracy Morgan grew up together. So Tracy was like, the first show I ever did was with my homegirl. This was I wasn't even doing comedy, but my homegirl, she was a promoter, and she had Tracy and some other people. Tracy Capone, Rudy Rush was all on the show, and she was like, "Yo, I dare you to do 5 minutes," and I went out and did 5 minutes.
Wow.
This is when I was still hustling. I did 5 minutes, and then I went to like I did the 5 minutes on that show, met and bumped into Tracy, and me and Tracy found out we knew each other since kids. Then I went to jail. Then me and Trace was kicking it when I was in jail. Like, yo, he was like, yo, you come on, just do the thing, yo, we're up, man. Do that shit you was doing on the block, yo, we're up. And I came home. I started, you know what I'm saying? I got in a competition. And when I got in a competition, my first competition, I came in like third place.
Wow.
And they let me, and I came in third place. This was just my second time doing comedy. And some of these guys was like established, like making moves already and shit. So out of the third place, they let me get into the contest again because it was a 6-part contest. Like, so they let me get into it again. So I won first place. So when I won first place, I was in the finals. Like every show, they pick one winner to go to the finals. So it's 6 people in the finals. I made it to the finals and won that shit.
Yeah.
And once I won that shit, it was over. Like that's what made me. I just quit everything. I just was focused on comedy. I had a job for like 2 weeks. I quit that shit immediately. I ain't working for nobody. Fuck that.
You quit your job?
Quit the job immediately. I mean, I worked my own life selling drugs and hustling and regular working too. But I got a job when I first started comedy. I quit like the first couple of weeks. I was like, fuck that. I'd rather take my chances in comedy. You know what I'm saying? I still had a little bread from the drug game to fall back on for like a year. You know what I'm saying? So I concentrated on my comedy game. And, you know, I was producing my shows early myself. You know, I was producing shows early in the game. And when I first started, I was putting my own stuff together and stuff like that. And then, you know what I'm saying, I just started plugging and banging more, getting more TV shows. Like, once I did, I got like the BET Comics. And once I caught that, then they called me like 3 more times. And Bad Boys called me, and Russell Simmons and them called me. And Russell called me again for the other show he did, the one, the shit he did with JB Smooth hosting on Stars. So, and then Martin Lawrence, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just kept getting mad back to back TV shows and shit. So, you know, it started working out.
That's what's up. Now, go ahead, Nick.
I'm sorry, Malcolm. Smokey, first of all, I want to say what's going on, good brother.
What up?
You know, a good friend of mine, Norman Bates and Cool Breeze, you know what I'm saying, out there. What I wanted to know from you was, when did you feel like you really made it? Like, was it the Paper Soldiers, or was it when you went on BET? What was it you feel like you really like? I finally made this thing.
Um, it was kind of like Paper Soldiers, like
Okay.
because that was like that was crazy. Like what that was like a whole different level of entertainment. Like you know what I'm saying?
He getting a bad feet because he driving. He driving.
That's all good.
Yeah.
Let it come. It'll come back.
Right.
It'll come back. But why is doing that?
But yo, me and him, look, I went. He had me come to do his room in New York. I did his show in New York. Me, Denny, and my man Home Alone. And this room, right? This room was tough. Like his room in New York, like them niggas only laughing at him.
Down with Rockefeller, like, I'm chilling
Can-
with Jay-Z.
Go back to him.
He's still talking.
Yeah. Let him
Yeah,
talk.
he's still because he can't
Yeah,
hear. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't. You go ahead. Go back. Go ahead.
There you go.
Good.
You can hear me again?
Yeah,
we can hear you again.
good.
We can
Yeah,
hear
we
you
can hear you now.
Okay, you were saying like what made me feel like I had stepped to the next level.
Exactly.
It was like kind of Paper Soldiers.
Yeah, it's John.
It's
He's looking
all
like
good.
Smokey.
It's
Yeah.
all good. Just let him stay there.
Right. But look, when we went to New York, and Denny was the headliner, and the room was tough. Oh, there you go.
Go back to him.
Oh,
You there?
He must be under a bridge.
Yeah.
be under a bridge.
He's probably not getting his signal. He's driving, so that's cool.
Yeah.
But what you say, Malcolm?
Yeah, like I was saying, when we went there, right, room was crazy, you know, because it seemed like all the comedians was bombing, you know what I'm saying? And he put me and Denny on last. And everybody was going down in flames, right? So on the way up there, Denny gonna say, man, you better take this serious, you know, because I was bugging in the car. He talking about, you better take this serious, because if we bomb out there, the niggas from New York gonna think we garbage, right? And so Denny up here studying all his notes and all that. I ain't got no notes. I said, man, fuck these niggas, man. We Philly, we coming down here. You know what I'm saying? So we get down there. Home Alone goes on, because he's talking about, all right, now time for the Philly guys. Well, Home Alone went on, and Home Alone went down in flames, right? So one of Home Alone favorite thing, when he say a joke that ain't working, Home Alone always say, well, you'll get the joke when you're in the car, or when you're home, on your way to home. And somebody said, well, you need to be home. I was like, oh shit. He told me, you'll get the joke when you're at home. And somebody said, nigga, you need to be home, because this is some bullshit, right? So after you know, they put me on next, right? So then he was like, I'm telling you, man, they're gonna think me garbage if you don't, man. I said, man, I ain't worried about these. Yo, Smokey tell you, I killed that joint, right? So then he was looking like, oh shit. I killed it so crazy that when he first went up, he was struggling at first, but then he got him. He definitely did his thing, man. But so you know, oh, we lost Smokey.
He must have. He totally went out.
He went out. Okay, yeah. But like I'm saying, like, you know, we went up there. It's a room. I think his room is called Mocha's, right? And I think it's in Harlem. And I'm gonna tell you, them shits. First of all, the rooms up there be starting at like 11 o'clock, 11:30 at night, right? And when they told me that the show started, I'm thinking the show started at 9 o'clock, like in Philly. That joint 11:30 at night. And I'm thinking there wasn't going to be nobody in there. Nigga, them people in New York, standing room only, starting at 11:30 at night. Crazy.
Wow.
Right?
That's great.
Wow.
Yeah, crazy. But yeah, like I said, like Smokey, man, like when I first seen him, it showed me that, you know, stand-up comedy is more than just, you know, standing there, you know, telling your jokes and this, that, and the other. It's like he all his jokes. What I like about him, all the jokes he say, you could actually see what you can see what he's doing.
Like the setup,
Right.
the punchline, everything before.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely talented. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, you know, and like when he comes to Philly, he you know, he kills it. Like that's how I was saying to people. Like a lot of people, you know, only know the names you know, the big name people, right? Mike Epps, you know, Kevin Hart, you know, Bill, you know, all them names. But there go my man. You there, Smoke?
Yeah, man, I had to put the Wi-Fi on, man.
Oh, well, you on good. No, you went and paid the bill. I heard you click over and paid the bill so you can get back up in here. I know what you did.
Me, yeah. Yeah, Smoke. So I want you to finish your question. How was it? I'm gonna change it up since you already started. How was it working with Beans and all those guys, man? I know Philly was in there, New York was in there, Harlem, shout out. Everybody was in. How was it?
It was like that was like one of the funnest times of my career because like hanging out down at the Rockefeller office was always mad fun, and you ain't never know who you was gonna see in that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Beans was wow back in the day. So I ain't even gonna hold it. That nigga was funny, nigga.
Right.
I remember one time we was in the office, right? We sent this little nigga to the store to get us food, right? And we gave him a mad order, and he didn't bring back the right change. Hey yo, this nigga Beans, man. Yo, this nigga took this nigga clothes off in the motherfucking office and all that shit. Right. I was like, this is crazy.
Yeah, he was wilding out.
Yeah, that nigga was wild. I was like, B about to go to jail, nigga. That was about to be his first hip hop case, nigga.
Everybody in his family predicted that. Mm-hmm. Everybody in his family predicted he was going to go to jail, and he definitely lived up to all their expectations.
So, Smokey, what do you see in your future? What is it that like you really would like to do? I know you don't took it to a whole nother level, but like, what's the biggest thing you want to do next?
Right now, I'm on my directing shit right now. That's what I'm trying to be doing right now.
Okay.
My own films.
He ain't pay that bill.
No, he paid that bill. It's the internet.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Yeah. I've been working on my directing skills, and you know, cause I've been around these guys for a long time. I've been around some good ass directors like Dame Dash, a great ass director, Rivera. You know what I'm saying? A lot of good dudes. Charlie Murphy, like, you know what I'm saying? He helped a lot of shit. Like, I learned a lot from them guys. You know what I'm saying? So, from there, it was like I wrote a movie, and I was like, yo, I wanna do this movie. But then I was like, you know what I'm saying? I wanna do my own thing. Like, I always listen to Dame like, yo, do your own thing, make your own moves, boo boo boo. And that's when I got the decision, like, yo, you know what? I don't want nobody doing this movie for me. I'm gonna write it, produce it, direct it myself. Word out.
Now let me ask you what I want to know. My favorite joke, a couple of dollars. How did you come up with that joke? I need a couple of dollars. How did you come up with that? Because that's hilarious, man.
I'm like, which one of y'all?
A couple of dollars.
Got my joke down there.
Malcolm used that joke at every show.
Nigga, Philly changed my shit to a few dollars.
A few dollars.
Your man Buck Wild Party be like, give me a few dollars.
Give me a few. Yeah, it won't shock me. It will not shock me in the least. You got a couple of dollars. Yo,
Philly, y'all are the capital of Jack and jokes, nigga.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, Philadelphia.
He know what it is. Comedians.
They got a saying in comedy. They got a saying in comedy in the comedy world. If you go to Philly, your joke staying in Philly.
Yo.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, remember you told me, you said, yo, that damn Top Flight is everybody. He's like that nigga everybody.
That nigga came to New York. They was ready to kill that nigga.
I heard.
That nigga came to New York. Niggas was ready to kill him.
I heard.
That nigga stopped his New York tours.
Yep.
Wow.
He got no more New York flyers.
Cause niggas in New York ain't gonna like you do that shit in Philly. Niggas in New York gonna go upside your motherfucking head in the club.
Yeah.
Word up.
Yeah.
Wow.
Talking like niggas gonna go upside your joint like you disrespect a nigga like that. You know what I'm saying?
You told me. You said Malcolm, we need to take Top Flight and book him in New York by the docks, by the train. And it'd be nobody in the show but comedians.
Oh.
You talking about by the docks and by a train And nobody but comedian. Yo, I laugh so hard.
And the funny shit, that nigga probably getting booked more than all of us.
Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? You talking about that nigga is everybody. I said, no, yeah.
Oh man. Hey Malcolm, what's the guy when we went to and we did was that Rob Stapleton room you did? That's the last you did. What room did you do last?
Oh, talent room.
Talent's room. Who was the guy from Philly that was everybody? I know you probably don't want to say it, but he was everybody.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that.
Malcolm still gotta be around them people.
I gotta be.
I know Malcolm's
I need these dudes to book me, man. So I love all of us, man.
You need
unless I move to New York.
Huh? You need controversy, man. Kick that name out there, nigga.
Yeah, you know what's funny? Smokey, you know what's funny about Malcolm? Hey, Smokey, you know what's funny? You know what's funny about Malcolm? If he really, really like you, he ain't gonna do it.
Nigga, fuck that. I need the ratings, nigga. I'm throwing everybody in
And he always say that. He tell everybody else he need ratings. But
it ain't gonna come from me. It ain't gonna come from me, nigga.
He ain't gonna do it.
It ain't gonna come from me.
This nigga scared to death.
Nah, I need them niggas to book me, man.
You know what I mean? On some interviews, nigga. I ain't give a fuck.
Yeah, I know.
Well, who? Hey, Smokey, who's everybody? Smokey, give me two people that's everybody.
I know he gonna say
Top Flight, everyone.
And Buck Wild.
Oh, we got Top Flight.
Buck Wild will be number one.
I know you gonna say Top Flight and Buck Wild. I know you gonna say Top Flight and Buck Wild.
That's great.
Buck Wild took my throat joke and took that shit to some other shit. The nigga was the nigga whole set is 14 minutes of throat.
Dang.
Oh, not 14 minutes of throat. Pause.
and then he go do that shit up in Salsa Con Fuego and talk about why niggas ain't laugh, because that's my shit and they sing it.
No, Buck ain't do that.
I said, don't do it. I'm like in the back, don't do the joke.
Don't do the joke.
We was up in New York, nigga.
No, you can't do that joke in New York. You gotta go out of town and do it.
Yeah, man. You can't come to a nigga house where a nigga
So Smoke, what you doing? You doing the show tonight?
Yeah, I'm doing something with Ray DeJean. You know, Ray be having 1,000 shows going on.
Ray DeJean is one of the people that has all the shows. He's the plug. He's the key in New York, nigga. That nigga has shows.
What part of New York you going to tonight?
We in Brooklyn tonight.
Okay, Brooklyn stand up.
Yeah,
how was it? How was it?
I ain't gonna lie, they be having a lot of shows out here. Brooklyn and Queens and all that. Cause they got a little more outdoor joints, like a little more.
Ray DeJean room is them joints in front of a car. How's it performing to cars, nigga? How's it performing to cars, nigga?
Okay, I did comedy I did silent comedy with the
headphones. I did that
with the headphones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
we need to do that. We need to do that here. We gonna steal that.
Nah, that shit was weird, but it was fun.
It's weird.
Niggas was laughing.
I hate it.
It's weird.
Yeah, it's weird.
It is weird, but it's different.
But how do you feel about doing comedy, talking to cars? Y'all niggas in New York doing? How's that?
I mean, that shit is cool, nigga. I can hear my laughs. Like it's not funny if you bombing, that shit is whack. But if you funny, you can hear niggas laughing through the cars.
If you bombing
it ain't like they in car niggas windows be up. You know what I'm saying? Then you be hearing the laughter.
So tell me this: what do you say to a comedian that's a young comedian up and coming that's trying to get put on? Like, what, now that you don't done everything the way you did it, what would you tell these young guys that's trying to come?
Don't steal my jokes. Don't steal my jokes.
The main thing I would tell a young comedian right now to get on right now is, first of all, you gotta write every day. That's number one. You gotta write every day to put in that work. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta try to practice them jokes every day as much as you could. You know what I'm saying? And another thing I would tell them, like, don't get caught up in just doing comedy for black people. Like, I would tell them to go straight to, like, go mix your comedy with mainstream.
Absolutely.
Because mainstream is where the money is at. Like, I mean, black comedy is dope and niggas will give you what's up and shake your hand and give you props and all that stupid shit. But them niggas don't really support you when they really supposed to support you. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's definitely true.
You know what's funny?
You the funniest nigga on earth, but you tell a nigga you got album out or some shit, they gonna be like, yo, I'll get back to you on that. Or, yo, I'll holler. But white people, you tell me you got an album, them niggas done interneted your shit, got a credit card, they done got your shit before you even walked out the spot. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. You're the first person. You're the first person that ever answered that question like that out of all the comedians that we had thus far.
Yeah.
And that was good. That was good.
Yeah, man. I was telling that because a lot of guys get caught up in this, like the chilling circuit, the black comedy. Yo, I got to do all these rooms. The rooms is cool to get your shit up and get your shit tight. But once you get tight, you got to make a move. You know what I'm saying? You see where niggas is making it from. You know what I'm saying? Niggas ain't making it out them hood rooms. You getting on regular, and right now it's even harder because back in the days we had more shows. We had BET coming out here. We had the Apollo. We had every year we had a show we could get on. You know what I'm saying? Now it ain't no shows.
So what do we need to do now? With all these comedians, with everybody that's on right now, it seems like who's going to be the person that's going to bring the new thing to the table? Like, you know, it's a lot of people's in position that can do it. So we need that. We need to, like, how can we put that together? Because we need that.
I mean, right now, with this Cororo.
Well, the corrupt nothing.
Ain't nothing happening.
Everything about.
But you know what? I mean,
this is what niggas got to do in the meantime.
You got to do other things right now. Right now, you got to do other stuff.
Right now, a lot of comedians they fell back. They not writing. They ain't even think about comedy until it come in their face. You got to stay in comedy face. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep doing comedy. Comedy ain't going on. You know what I'm saying? This is not a time to chill. This is not a time to relax. This is a time to create right now.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And be creative at the same time. Like you gotta know how to put a show together to make some money. You gotta know how to put an internet show together. You gotta know how to go to do a regular show like you're doing. You gotta adapt to doing car shows. You gotta adapt to doing outside shows. You gotta adapt to everything that's going on right now to maintain your funny.
Absolutely. So basically, right now, you pretty much got to go back to the beginning.
To the beginning. It's like we all New Jacks right now.
Absolutely.
It's
Absolutely.
like we all starting over right now. When comedy come back, you gonna see the same niggas rocking stages with niggas who doing open mics.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's
a hard.
Well, look, let me ask you this, folks. Let me ask you this real quick before you go. Give me your top 5 comedians that you like of all time.
Of all time?
Yeah.
I mean, you talk about superstars or niggas I be around.
If you was putting together the dopest show of 5 comedians
from dead and living, right?
Dead or alive, dead or alive.
Richard Pryor, Dave Chappelle,
right?
JB Smooth,
of course.
Who else would be the motherfucking 5 niggas?
Richard Pryor, JB Smooth.
And he said Dave Chappelle.
Richard Pryor, JB Smooth, Dave Chappelle. Probably Eddie. Yeah, Eddie Murphy. Eddie was classic to me. And I'm gonna go weird with you. And I'm gonna go with my man. What's my man's name? My white boy.
Who is that?
What is my white boy name? Nigga, the nigga I made y'all look up for class. Not Sean. No, not Sean. Hell no.
He said hell no.
I'm trying to think. Who did you say?
All right.
Mitch Hedberg.
All right.
Mitch Hedberg.
Okay.
Y'all niggas don't even know that nigga.
Nah.
Say his name again, because I'm going to look him up. Say his name again.
Mitch Hedberg.
Nick Hedberg?
Mitch Hedberg.
Mitch Hedberg. Okay.
Look him up. But look, forget about that 5. That's the superstar. Give me another 5. That's the superstar 5. Give me without Eddie Murphy, because everybody always say Richard Pryor. Give me the other names. Because I'm saying my
niggas like the niggas like the regular dudes. Like,
regular, yeah, everybody.
All right. The regular dudes.
Mm-hmm.
Tony Roberts.
Of course.
Tony Roberts.
Definitely. That's a good one.
Right. I'm thinking you trying to struggle to say Malcolm Hill. You ain't struggling. I'm thinking you struggling to say
you in the top 10,000. Let me see. Okay, we got Tony Roberts. We got Tony Rock.
right.
Tony Rock is hilarious.
You gotta say my man Mike Epps.
Oh yeah, of course, Mike Epps. But I'm talking about niggas that I'm talking about a little lower level. But these
Okay.
are all on the same level. Mike Epps. You're gonna put Mike Epps in there. That's 3.
You got any females?
Some more.
Some more?
Some more's a beast.
Number 1.
Look at him
Nobody can
scratching
fuck
his
with
head.
him more. And Dominique.
And Dominique?
Dominique is a beast.
Dominique is a beast.
She's a
She's
beast.
always been a beast.
Yeah.
Hold up. I've been my old
Now
time
you put
lifetime
that in
beast.
his man. Give me the 5, man.
No,
You
because
put
I
Dominique in
only
his head.
did that.
You
I only
wanted to go
did-
lower and lower. You want the
Yes.
5 niggas that be in the clubs with us.
Yes. Yes.
You want him to say everybody here around in New York.
He ain't saying a nigga in Philly yet, nigga. I'm like, wait. Go ahead, nigga. Give me 5, motherfucker.
The funniest nigga in Philly.
Kev ain't in
Fresh
his top
Prince.
5.
He ain't say Kev. He ain't say nobody.
He not in his top 5.
He not in my top 5. I love Kevin. He not in my top 5.
He not in his top 5. He's in. I mean, he's not in his top 5. He's not even in your top 5. So why you want him to be in his top 5?
Hey, you right. You right. I thought he was going to be honest with you. I thought he was going to say Mike Epps. I thought he was going to say Capone. I thought he was going to say Talent. I thought he was going to say JB Smooth.
It's a difference. It's a difference between your friend and your top 5. It's different. He keeping it real. That's why I like.
If I'm gonna go with regular niggas that I be around, like regular niggas I be around, I'm gonna go with like Howie Bell. You know what I'm saying? Niggas, these are regular niggas that Howie Bell, motherfucking who else? What's my nigga Mario Torre? Motherfucking these are the niggas I'm talking about is naturally funny to me. This is what I call a great comedian, a naturally funny comedian. You know what I'm saying? A nigga that can make you laugh regardless, like not even being on stage.
I feel the same way.
Funny.
I feel the same way.
That's the kind of comedians that I consider funny to me. Like some comedians go on stage and they robotic. You know what I'm saying? They should go word for word. They set is the same. Like it's like, but some people could just go off the cuff and be funny before starting they set for 15 minutes before they even start they set.
Those the comedians I like. Those the comedians I like.
Talk about like Howie Bell. Who else? Oh,
you know,
my nigga.
You know what's funny?
Hold on, Nate. Who are you about to say?
Deon Cole.
Deon Cole.
Yeah, Deon Cole.
He a beast.
Yeah.
Where Bernie Mac fit? Where everybody? Like I'll be a pick.
Bernie Mac, he's in my top 10.
Okay. All right. I'll go with that.
Bernie Mac is definitely in my top 10.
I'll go with that.
He definitely he cracked it. Yeah.
For me, he's 10. For me, he's 10.
For you, he's 10. So are you number 9?
Hey, you don't want me to go there. I'm saying naturally funny people, not people like he was saying. People got great sets, right? That can make you laugh. But for me, as a comedian, because I say, it's some stuff that people say that ain't part of their set that can make me laugh more than their set. And certain people are great at doing that. You see what I'm saying? Like, to be honest,
I think Earthquake is in my top 5.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say I forgot about Earthquake.
Earthquake is in my top 5. And I'm just saying, no order, but Earthquake is definitely in my top 5. But I'm not a comedian, so when I hear you guys talk and y'all don't say people like Dave or Eddie, I just be like, okay, well, are we doing Is it just the times? Because that's the same thing with like basketball. You got the older guys that's going to say Jordan, but you got the young kids that's going to say LeBron or Kobe. So I just don't know if it's the times or whatever. So your 5 is your 5. You can't hate on nobody's 5.
There's
Right. That's what you like.
It's always a different era, and people get better. Every era, people get better and better. There's always somebody that's gonna get better and better. I mean, whenever you ask somebody for their top 5,
it's even hard to put out a top 5.
It is.
You know what I'm saying?
So basically, you're just putting out who you like.
Once you pass like Eddie, Richard, and like Dave, like after that, it's like hard to. It's like so many niggas is really nice in this game. I ain't even gonna lie. It's niggas that we don't even watch.
Exactly. But
listen,
tell me this, Smokey. Tell me this, Smoke. Tell me this. I'm gonna ask you, Smokey and Malcolm. With rap, we go with 9 times out of 10 who made the most money. So why is Steve Harvey in nobody's top 5? That's all I'm gonna say. I'm just saying, I'm not being funny, but why is Steve Harvey not in nobody's top 5? I've never heard Steve Harvey in nobody's top 5.
He's in the top 5 businessmen.
So
he's the top 5 businessmen. Yes.
So we got to do it just like rap, because with KRS-One and Rakim and all these guys before the internet and all that, I think they're better than Jay-Z and all these guys. I'm gonna keep it a bean.
Yeah.
But if you go by the money, it's a different.
Oh, by the money is him. It's him by the money. Exactly. But does he make you? I mean, does he make you laugh?
Money doesn't make somebody better to me.
Right. But that's the thing with this younger. But with this younger,
it's not money doesn't make you better. It's
exactly right.
Better than Mad Nick. Jadakiss better than Jay-Z. Like Jadakiss is nicer than Mad niggas, and he ain't got the bread that them niggas got.
Well, I'm not gonna go with he's better than Jay-Z, but he's nice.
He's nice.
He's nice.
He's top 5.
Yeah, definitely nice.
On the gutter shit.
Yeah.
Between Jay,
that's
Jay,
the thing.
Fab, between Jay-Z, Fabulous, and Jada.
Yeah,
Fabulous underrated. Fabulous definitely underrated.
But you know what though? That's the thing though, because you got a lot of it that makes people better is their soul.
Their what?
Their soul.
Their soul.
So you can't really go by who's really better. And I only said that because we always debate about certain things when it comes to selling records. But like even when they do these challenges, when we were talking about the music and everything like that, like I don't think nobody's better than KRS-One. I don't think nobody's better than Rakim. So
Rakim is my nigga. You want to get twisted.
Exactly. So when they say these things, it's an era sometimes, and it's just a matter about getting the better bread. Like even with football, you got quarterbacks and running backs is getting this big money, but that's not they're really not better than a lot of these people. So that's why people had these things going on. But yeah, that's just society.
I mean, you was talking about Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey is nice, but for me,
he's not that good. He's horrible.
Hold on, no.
He's horrible.
Like in Houston.
Give me the bean.
Hold on.
Malcolm, he's horrible.
Hold on, Nate, calm down. In Houston, in Texas, and all over there.
He sold his soul.
Hold on a second. His set is made for those people.
He sold his soul. You're right, but he sold soul.
Hold on. His set is made for those people over there.
That shit is
people from Philly, New York.
He's not in the top 20. He's not my top 30. He's not my top 40. I'm not a comedian.
He's not even yet.
He's not even my top 50. But I was just saying that to prove a point.
I know niggas I know regular niggas that's funny.
Malcolm, Malcolm, Steve is not putting you on nothing, so we ain't blow nothing right here. Okay.
You never know which coming down the pipe.
Yeah, you ain't gonna be on the new Family
Listen,
Feud,
man.
nigga.
Listen, Smokey. Hold on, man. Listen, man. We got to wrap this up, man. How can they get with you, man? Because I know you about to. How can they get with you, and how can they, get in contact with you, man? Because
Oh, follow me on Instagram at Smokey Suarez, SMOKEY, SUAREZ, Twitter, all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm all on social media. If you want me, you can follow me, find me, book me, whatever you want to do. But holla at your boy. I love fucking with y'all, Philly. Y'all my dudes out there. You know what I'm saying? Philly like my second home in comedy.
Yeah.
We get to talk about that. You know what I'm saying? Out of my whole career in comedy, like Philly has been my most beside New York, that's my second highest audience.
Most definitely. Listen, man, it was an honor having you on here, man. It's hard getting with you because you always busy and always booked, man. But thanks for answering the call right away, man. Jumping right on, man.
All right, y'all have a good show, man.
All right, thanks, man.
Appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you, man.
Peace. Yeah, that's one of the funniest dudes. Listen, naturally funny on stage.
He's a beast.
One of the funniest dudes in the world, man.
He's a beast.
Definitely.
Right now, Lady Shine, are you in the building?
Yes, I am. I am in the building.
There she goes.
Yes. We need some theme music. We need some theme music for the invisible Lady Shine Street Report word for the day.
Absolutely.
We ain't got no music. Oh, forget it. Go on, Lady Shine. What you got for us today?
What you got?
All right.
You got your own segment.
I just wanted to say, you know what? I just love listening to these interviews that you guys do. Mark, you do a great job interviewing the people that come up here. I love hearing those inside stories that you never hear about. So you do a great job.
I didn't know he lucked up and walked up on the stage on the set of
crazy.
He gangster for that.
Right.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That's why I love hearing the interviews, because you hear those stories, and those are the only story you will only hear those stories on the Hill-arious Show.
Say it again. Say it again. Say it again.
Yeah. Only hear those stories on the Hill-arious Show. Yeah. All right, guys. So peace, beloveds. Again, a Shine here, and I have your tidbit of the week. And today, I'm so sad to talk about what happened on Sunday with Jacob Blake.
Right.
So when I read about the story about Jacob Blake, and how he was shot several times in front of his kids simply for opening a car door.
Right.
Wow.
The thing that I thought about is, I know, a lot of people are protesting and things of that nature, but when I read this story, the question, that I was asking myself is, how is this still happening? How is this still happening right now? And so blatantly. That's the thing that's about, with all the protesting, all the awareness, it's still happening. So, I thought about that, and that's what I want to talk about today. So, King Malcolm, King Nate, and King Philly Street Poet, the reason why these things are still happening to us, because it speaks to the lack of power that we have as a group. The reason why it is so easy for cops to kill us is because of the group. We are weak. We're weak. People that might not want to say that we are weak. And
what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
I will explain.
Okay.
And we're weak, and we do not have the power. We don't have the power to stop it, period. So sure, we out here, we're marching, and we're protesting, but where is the real progress? Where's the real progress? Sure, a couple of cops have been arrested, but overall, look how many cops have not even been tried. So we think because 1 or 2 cops have been arrested, we've gotten somewhere. But it's so much work that needs to be done. I think about things that happening. So
I don't really want to stop you, but I don't want to think that we're weak. I think that it's happening more because Trump is in office. Honestly, Trump is in office, and
Nate,
he's putting it out there like that. He's condoning.
Nate, the reason why Trump is in office, because the people put him in office. Because collectively, the people who believe in whatever he believes in, his people or whatever, even though they didn't come out in public and talk about him, behind closed doors, they galvanized. They have money. They have social economic power. And even though nobody thought he was going to be in office, because of the power that they have as a group, and because they're able to unite and come together, I don't care what people say about Trump. That's why he's the president today.
There
are people. I don't care what we say about Trump. The people who follow him, they will continue to support him anyway.
But we not. We
Okay,
they
Hold
stole.
on, Nate. Street poet.
Go ahead.
Street poet. Why do you think that this kind of stuff is continuously happening? Why do you think it's still going on to this day?
Well, this is how I kind of feel though. Like I remember at a time when we first, even when I was younger, you know, people taught us. They said if a cop, you know, you remember the time? I'm gonna go way back, Malcolm.
Mm-hmm.
Remember the time when they tell you when a cop pull you over, it was this, how you doing, Mr. Officer? Did I do something wrong? And
right.
did I do this and this? And you know what I'm saying? You remember that was a time, that was a different time.
Right.
But now it seems like it's like soon as a cop pull a person over from the grip, it's just like, what I do? Or why did I do this? Or why did, you know what I'm saying? What happened to the time when they said, you know, what was the problem, officer? That I'm so sorry, I apologize. It's like that don't even happen no more. Like that's what I don't understand. But what I wanted to say was, it's great the fact that the NBA is stepping up to let people know that they got their back. As far as for the NBA not to play no games, you know. Go ahead.
Did you see the white gentleman who just shot people and the cops let him go?
Oh, you talking about the young kid that was 17? Yeah, I did hear about that.
So what I'm saying is, right, it's a different. You got all these officers shooting this gentleman who went to his trunk, but right, you got a white man who shot somebody and killed them.
Right.
Put his hands up. They let him leave, and he didn't get shot. So that part about it is like the basic thing about it is Trump is in office. Trump is basically saying, get him out of here, because it's a number of games. Even this whole social media, this thing going on with the corona, is a bacteria. It's not a virus. If you go to French and you look at the stuff, it's a bacteria. You know, so they're getting us out of here legally, and they're getting us out of here for these votes. It's political and it's racist.
Well, go ahead. Continue, Lady Shine. Continue.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, my point is, collectively and as a group, we don't have social economic power. You will never see. Why is it that, okay, so we talk about police, right? But the police that police our communities, they police all communities. So why is it that they don't have to have sensitivity training for other communities, but they have to have it for our communities, right? How come in other communities, just like Nate, what you just said about that young white boy who they went right past them, how come they don't address violence with other people the way they address it with us? First of all, because they don't see us as human beings. And second of all, because, as I said before, Nate, even though you don't want to admit it, it's because basically we don't have the power collectively like those other groups. And I'll explain my point. See, if you shoot or kill somebody in a Jewish community, you have not just assaulted that person, you have assaulted the whole entire community. And because they have social economic power as a group, they will shut your shit down. So that's how come you're not going to see that in their community. But as a group, when I say we are powerless because we lack control, and this allows us to be taken advantage of. As a group, we are weak in our relationship to power. Now, our power lies in real unity. Real unity.
In real what?
And I want to even see in unity. That's where our power lies in real unity. And
you absolutely.
Right.
And you absolutely. May think that you may think that we have real unity, just like I heard for the street poor, you were talking about the guys that protested or whatever in the NBA. I think that was a beautiful thing. However, they came together, they protested, and guess what? Today, now they're going to start playing games. They're going to start playing again. That was temporary. Why is that?
Right.
You know why? Because they know where their bread is buttered at.
Right.
You know,
exactly.
They know where their bread. LeBron James is LeBron James because of his platform and because of how much money he's getting paid, and he knows where his bread is buttered at. And the reason I say that is because so when I talk about our power lies in real unity. So how do we get? So what is the solution to that? So the solution for it, in order for us to have real unity In order for us to unite, in order for us to become stronger as a community, then we must have leadership that shares a central ideology, a social theory that binds us together. We must start to supply our own demands, if that makes sense. We must start policing ourselves. When this happens, then we will be able to be stronger as a group. And no, that may not stop 100% of the police violence that happens in our community, but it will reduce it. So basically, what I am saying is that um, we, just like as far as politics and things of that nature, there are people, of course, we have to come together and vote. But the way people put politicians and make politicians do what they need them to do is guess what? They come together in these power packs and they pay them. That's the type of unity that we have to start having. We have to start practicing, and I know you've heard this before, group economics. We have to become stronger as a group, period. That's how we are respected. When you think in
Absolutely.
the terms of think in terms of like China. That when you think about China, every group they have like a central ideology or space. So if you think of China, you think of Chinatown. You think about Italy, you think about Little Italy. Those are groups that come and they pool their money and their resources together. Because at the end of the day, I hate to say this, but at the end of the day, that's what money. You have to have money collectively to have power for people to start listening to you. So there's a whole lot of components, of course, that go to that. But at the end of it, that's just a start.
Can I say something real quick?
I believe you sure can, Malcolm, because I can ramble on and on and on.
All right, listen, that's okay. Listen, yeah, that's okay. Listen, be real. It's gonna be impossible for somebody else not to get shot, right? If somebody got shot every day. Somebody got shot on my father's block while I was playing chess, right? It's gonna be bad cops that's gonna shoot somebody for the wrong reason. But there's going to be cops that's going to have to pull out their gun for the right reason. And us right now, we so at a high tension, no matter what the reason, if the cop pull out his gun on somebody and have to shoot him, we going to tear up the whole neighborhood. Period.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you,
right.
Malcolm, what happened when that situation, they tased this gentleman. And
people didn't know that.
I'm going to tell you what happened. See, that's why I'm really like, it's like the bad wolf.
They started rioting before they got the details on everything.
They tased this man, and the taser didn't do anything.
Right.
And then he went in his trunk.
Right.
But this ain't George Zimmerman. Now, us as black folk, and I'm not trying to be no coon.
Right.
Us as black folk, me being real, this is not the same situation.
That's what I'm trying to say.
I'm going to say it. I got to keep it a bean.
That's what I'm saying.
The same situation. This man went to his trunk. His family in the car does not have nothing to do with him going in the trunk. He didn't have to get shot. Well, he got in the car. No. So either way, he was moving. We know, like he's saying, we know, hands up, be still, don't move. They nervous.
Right.
There's a lot going on right now. Mm-hmm. And guess what? It wasn't all white cops that shot this man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he's not dead.
No, he's not dead. But what I'm saying is, it's going to,
that was a whole different situation. So what's happening is we try sometimes to put everything in the same situation. And I'm not saying this was a great situation, but if your life is on the line,
right,
you're going to do what you need to do to survive. Because anytime you go into anywhere in the car and the cops is talking to you, you better put your hands up.
That's exactly what I'm trying to say.
I understand what Street Poet was saying and what you're saying. Back to the old school.
That's exactly what I'm trying to say. Is like it's going to be another situation where a cop is going to have to pull out his gun in Philly, in West Philly, or whatever.
And they're scared.
And they're going to, even if you're a black cop,
they're scared.
You're in certain situations, you're going to pull out your gun,
absolutely,
and be ready to dump.
Absolutely. So, but the topic should be this white man, and not that went down here and shot some people.
Yeah, that's the problem.
That's that's what makes me upset, because why do we get shot down, but this white man can go kill somebody and they give him a pass to leave. Twice, 2 people.
I just told you why. I just told you why.
I mean, I know why, but I'm just saying that's a bigger situation. But that situation is a bigger situation than the other situation. But due to the fact that everything is going on, we take it and talk about these things and try to act like, you know, everything is just one situation. Everything is going to be us being this, but we kill each other every day here in Philadelphia.
Right.
So my thing is,
wait a minute.
Not you, not us, but that's what we're doing as black. We're doing. You see the news in Philadelphia. Come on, we can't.
Yeah,
act
but
like
we
we don't
can't.
know.
But police violence and there's and black on black crimes are the same thing. See, in other communities they kill each other too.
It's not right. It's not right either way. I'm talking about.
Yeah, look, I'm not. Well, only thing I'm just saying it happens in all communities. And
absolutely, but it happens more. But it happens more in ours.
The reason why. No, it doesn't. The reason why.
Absolutely.
The reason why. No. Do you watch television? Do you watch Snap? There's a bunch of white people up on there. You know, whatever. It happens. White people. The reason why black people kill black people in black communities because that's who are the people in that community. That's what they're around.
No,
you know?
I can't go with that.
And white people, it's the truth. It's the truth. I'm not. If I get in an argument with my neighbor next door, it's because it's my neighbor next door and they happen to be black because it's a black community. Violence happens with other our people because those are the people who are around us. You know what I mean? If a drug dealer kills another drug dealer because they're in the same situation, it's just the environment.
It's your surroundings. And where you at? You're gonna be shooting where you at.
Surroundings.
You ain't gonna be shooting in the white neighborhood. You're gonna be shooting where you at.
In white neighborhoods, white people kill white people all the time. In white
Mexicans kill Mexicans.
It must be a lot more of us here, but.
We're doing a lot. No, we're doing a lot. We're doing a lot. That's the problem.
We're in Philadelphia, and Philadelphia is a black community, so that's why. I mean, it's just more black people here. That's all. But violence happens.
So that's so basically
violence is not unique to black people. Violence happens.
So basically, what you're saying is what I just said. There's more of us here. I don't care. I don't care about the numbers or not. All I'm saying is here in Philadelphia, we are killing people at an all-time rate. More than Camden, more than Detroit, more than Chicago. We doing a lot of killing.
Well, that's not true.
We number 2.
Not more than Chicago.
We doing up. We're number 2.
Nate, let her wrap it up.
We're number 2. Now, Malcolm, again, wrap it up, Malcolm.
Go ahead, Lady Sean. Finish what you're saying.
Oh well, basically, I think that's. I'm playing the music.
Let the music off for a second.
Oh, that's disrespectful. But anyway, I'll finish what I was saying. So basically, my point
Nate, click your camera off. Nate, click your camera off. Nate, leave the camera. Leave the joint.
Right.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So basically, I started off by talking about the young man who was shot on Sunday in front of his kids, and as I stated before, my thought process is why is that still happening? And the reason that I believe that it's still happening is simply because as a community we are not stronger and we're not respected as a community. So it's easy to kill us because quite frankly, you're more likely to get away with it, and we're not strong as a community. We don't have strong we're not strong social economically as a group. So people don't fear. They don't think twice when it comes to shooting us. And quite frankly, I believe they don't look at us as like we're human beings. And as I stated before, my solution is that we need to come together and have real unity among each other. I want to say this. Your boy Smokey, he made a point. We need to change the way we think about each other. We need to change the way we think and how we engage with one another. We have to start changing the way we think and how we patronize one another. Like we have to start basically practicing group economics. We have to start depending on ourselves. That's what We have to start building ourselves up. That's how come when you hear me come on here, I go peace king. So we have to start everything. We have to elevate each other in everything or whatever, because the problem is we have a nigger mentality, right? And the reason we have a nigger mentality is because somebody one day said that we were niggers, and what we did was we believed it. And that's how come, Nate, when you talk about people killing each other, that's how come we're acting like that, because we believe that is who we are when it is not. Absolutely. When it is not. Well, look, so we have to start. Yes, I'm about to shut up, Malcolm. Leave me alone. Great. Anyway, look, so basically, so I want to talk about. I just want to say something about your boy Smokey. What Smokey said earlier, the type of mentality even he said what he said was that you have to come, when you're doing comedy shows and everything, the Black community is okay to get your woo-hoo ha-ha and build your talent, but in order for you to be successful, did you have to step out of that community?
White people.
We need to change that. We need to change that mentality. We have to stop looking at ourselves as less than. We have to stop that. Because I give you an example. Tyler Perry, he became a millionaire because of the Chitlin circuit. And today, as a mainstream artist and mainstream entertainment business person, his money comes from the Black community. It's not because he crossed over. He's still a multi-million-dollar, but because of us, we have to stop. You know what? We think like racists. We think the way we think about each other is how racist people think about us. The way we talk about each other. Malcolm, you even said it one time in the show, like when everybody make a mistake, you always go, "Oh, they're gonna be white people that way." That's the type of mentality. When I talk about real unity, we have to change. In order for us to unite for real, we have to change the way we think about each other. Yes. And I'm gonna just leave it at that. It's a book out here. I will say it's a book out here. It's called The Blueprint for Black Power by Amos Wilson. Okay. And in this book, it shows how other groups were able to unite themselves. How to come together and to unite. So I think that is a great book. So when we start talking about solutions, that's a great book to start to read or whatever. So look, I just want to put that out there.
Thank you very much, Lady Shine. We're gonna listen. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna bring you on in the beginning of the segment so you can actually talk about that book. Listen, I want to give a shout out to everybody that has logged on. I want to give a shout out to everybody that has shared this video for us, man. This is the Hill-arious Show. We're gonna be back next Thursday, 7 o'clock on time. Lady Shine, street boy, engineer, everybody,
one more
man.
Thing, Malcolm. Don't forget, we got to organize. Don't forget, everybody is very important. When we talk about uniting and coming together, we got to unite. We got to come strong. We got to get out there. We got to vote. I want to encourage you, if you are a young voter, if you just turned 18 this year, you need to get out here. You need to register to vote. You need to get your friends, and you need to get down there to the polls. Because when we talk about power and unity, that's how we have power. We unite and we come together and do things together. That is how we move the needle on this. So definitely, young people, please get out and register to vote.
Thank you.
November 3rd.
Thank you very much. This is the Hill-arious Show. Each and every Thursday night, 7 o'clock. Make sure you're here next Thursday. We got a great show coming for you next Thursday. We out of here. Let's go. We out.